one, action.
Action.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Sith Happens podcast. Today, we are back with another episode, and that's right, it's that time of the week. And what are we talking about today?
Yeah! WandaVision. WandaVision.
Everybody shut up. WandaVision's playing. But yeah, today we'll be covering episodes 2 and 3 because we only did episode 1 last week. So I have to make a new playlist to group all these together, but it's okay. But yeah, so I actually rewatched them today because I hadn't seen episode 2 since last week. So I got a refresher course, so I actually know what I'm talking about this time. I'm not just guessing.
I have my notes.
And she has her notes.
Oh, it actually comes up now.
Yeah, so... Why do you look so mad?
Okay.
Okay.
Anyways.
Yeah. Let's dive right in. First of all, I just want to say episode 2, good. Episode 3, even gooder, better, great.
I agree. I concur.
I don't know what that word means.
Okay. Well, I think it means agree. If not, correct us in the comments below.
Let us know what concur means in the comments. And while you're down there, smash that like button. Don't forget to hit subscribe. Also, click that notification button because we're coming at you guys every Friday with a new episode.
Yeah.
What?
Get ready. In your face.
Homie?
Okay. Anyways. Yeah, do all that stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, should we start in my notes? Should we delve into my notes?
Yeah, we should.
Okay, so 2. Let's start with a very serious discussion that I think requires a lot of brain power and a lot of logistics. How do you have sex with Vision?
Okay, so me and my friends, we had a watch party because some of my friends hadn't seen the first few minutes of season 1, or the first episodes of season 1. So we watched it all today. We watched 1, 2, and 3 back to back. And we actually had this discussion. We talked about it. And my assumption was that even though he's an android, and even though he was supposed to be the host body for Ultron, you have to remember Ultron, from Age of Ultron, the big robot played by James Spader, you have to think about it. He was the internet for some time there. He was the internet. That means that this man saw every single bit of porn out there. So there's no way that Ultron, when creating this body, did not give Vision a penis. Therefore, Ultron, who played by James Spader, who also was in that movie, The Secretary, with Maggie Gyllenhaal, Jake Gyllenhaal's sister, by the way.
Robert California in The Office. That's how I know him.
Yes, he was. And if you remember in that show, he was a sex fiend. And if you remember in The Secretary, he was a sex fiend and had a thing with a secretary who was played by Maggie Gyllenhaal. So there's no way that Ultron, played by James Spader, was not a sex fiend after seeing all this porn. So therefore, there's no way that he constructed Vision's body without a penis. So whenever it comes down to it, you have to think about it lightly. And personally, for me, my assumption is that whenever Vision is just ready to lock them doors and turn the lights down low, he's like a little Ken doll down there, and the compartment opens, and it's just, and he's just ready to go.
I was not expecting that well constructed of a response.
Me neither. I don't know where that came from.
I'm shocked. I was just gonna assume that since he's humanoid, he just had all the components of human anatomy.
I like mine better.
Yeah, yours is better though.
One vision,
So that happens, and then we get the intro, the intro that slaps. And I wrote that it reminds me. Have you ever watched the Jetsons?
Yes, there's George Jetson.
Yeah. That's what it reminded me of. It reminded me of the Jetsons.
I think that's what they were going for too. It reminded me very heavily of those 60, 70 era cartoons with the theme song, especially the Hanna-Barbera cartoons. Very reminiscent of those.
Okay, and then I put, oh my, it's color. but it wasn't color until the very end. So I'm not sure what I was referring to there. Maybe the theme song was in color, I think. I I don't know.
Maybe you were talking about the helicopter.
Nope, because this is before the helicopter. This is when they were hearing the thud in the
Okay.
very beginning.
Where's the color at?
I don't know.
Okay.
So we'll just
anyway.
ignore that. If you know what I'm talking about, comment below.
If you guys have any idea what comment... Oh, wait. Go on. I'm done. I give up.
Okay. And then I was like, I feel like the thud is like the outside world, which obviously later we find out, yes, it was. So, cool. I was right. I'm smart. Take
Go
note of that,
you.
everybody.
But hey, that's just a theory. A Sith Happens theory.
Yes.
Don't copyright us.
Don't
Thanks for
don't
watching.
do it.
I don't have any money. I cannot pay you back. I swear to God. Do not sue me.
Okay, and then we see the interaction between Agnes and the mailman, and he's like, "Don't shoot me, I'm just the messenger," and she's like, "Ah," and I feel like that is something. I feel like that's gonna have like a double meaning later, maybe. I don't know. Just the interaction was very weird. But then at that point, I was also like, I feel like there's a lot of symbolism and like hints that they're dropping. I'm too dumb to understand it, because I've only. Some of the, like, Age of Ultron, I've only seen it once. Forever ago.
I watched it like 2 days. I watched it yesterday.
No, and I was going to, over winter break, I was going to rewatch the MCU. But instead I finished my Star Wars rewatch that I started 9 months prior. I watched all the sequels over
9 months prior.
Yeah.
That's
I'm really
enough time
bad.
for people to have a baby.
I told you, I'm really bad at watching things. So, so I finished the sequels, and then I tried to start the MCU rewatch. Guess what movie I'm on?
Iron Man. The Incredible Hulk.
No, Iron Man 2.
You're only 3
Second-
movies in.
The second one.
Oh, you're right. The Incredible Hulk isn't on there because Universal's
Yeah.
stingy.
I don't count it. I'm not gonna lie. I've never seen it.
You've never
Plan on
seen it?
seeing it.
Okay, unironically, I love it. Like, I'm not above
Oh.
admitting its problems, but I love watching it so much. Anyways,
Okay,
hang on,
and
time
then
out. It's hot in here.
okay. Micah's taking his sweatshirt off. I'm narrating it because he can't hear me. Should I take my shirt off? Oh, no, wait, no, I meant because I have a Wonder Woman suit on.
What?
I was like, Micah's taking his sweatshirt off, and then I was like, should I take my shirt off? But then I forgot that they didn't know that I have the Wonder Woman armor on underneath the shirt. So it's not that kind of podcast, guys. Not that kind
Sorry,
of show.
guys. We're not we don't. Yeah, no.
Yes.
That's
Okay.
off-camera business. Not that it happens
Anyways.
off-camera.
Then Agnes and Wanda are going to Dottie's house. Hate Dottie, little brat. I hate her.
Is it because she's blonde and she reminds you of that blonde girl that Olivia Rodrigo was singing about?
No.
Oh.
I used to not have a problem with her, but then she released a song dissing Olivia, a 17-year-old girl.
Oh, yeah, I
Didn't
saw
diss her
that
at all.
on Twitter, and I was like, aren't you, like, you're like the age of a senior in college, and Olivia's
Yeah.
like 17.
Yeah, it was
Like-
embarrassing for her. But anyways, that's beyond the point. Okay, so they're going, and she's like, Wanda's like, I'm just gonna be myself. And then Agnes is like, Peter Parker and Ned moment. It's like, I'm just gonna be myself. And then
Yeah.
Ned goes, dude, no one
Dude,
wants
no
that.
one wants that.
And then
Just
Ned's
like,
like, dude.
He's like so upset, and like, dude.
One of my favorite bloopers of all time is from that scene when they were supposed to just be like improvising conversation with Liz, and Tom, he goes, your parents, they let you throw parties, that's so cool.
My
My
parents,
parents
they're
are
dead.
dead. And everyone just starts dying.
Amazing.
That's one of my favorite like bloopers to watch of all time. It's so funny. That one and it's another Spider-Man one, but it's really funny. I can't remember it though. Okay, and then I don't know. I didn't take that many notes again because there's like it's taking a while to stir up. But I mean that's fine. I don't care. It's not going too slow or anything. Just at the moment, it's not a whole lot to discuss.
Right.
But so then they go to like their meetings or whatever, and Donnie's annoying and Vision's socially awkward.
I like that thing when they're introducing themselves, and she's like, "I'm character name," and she's like, "I'm Wanda," and she goes, "And I'm irritated." And I'm like, me too.
And then they're talking, and Vision's like, "Well, I've got some gossip. Norm's a communist," and I was like, "Based Norm."
I sat there and I was like, is Norm really a freaking communist? Did he really just out Norm as a communist to all of these American friends in the middle of the freaking 60s during the Cold War?
That was so funny.
And then they all just laughed about it, and I was like...
I don't know, okay, I feel like, but also that might be... I guess Hydra's not communist, but... back then they associated Russia with communism and... Is Hydra Russian? Right?
What? Yeah, German.
Or no, they're Nazis.
German.
They're Nazis, German.
Yeah, they're Nazis.
German. Okay, so never mind. There's not a connect. I mean, there's could still be a connection.
Yeah. Hail, Hydra.
Don't do that. don't do that. Crap, what was I gonna... Oh, yeah. Let me get the commercial. I don't know. Am I missing anything? I feel like I'm missing a lot. I'm just going through my notes.
Well, there's the thing when they gave Vision the gum, and he was like, and then somebody hit him on the back. Like, you're chewing gum right now. So, look, I'm going to smack you on the back. And...
apparently gum is alcohol to Vision.
Well, it also gummed up his insides, so I don't think Homeboy was thinking straight.
Yes.
Because, like, imagine if you were a robot, and you had all these circuits and gears all in your body.
I'm imagining it, yep.
And then there's just gum everywhere. Like just sticking to all your gears, and it's really grinding in, like, all your nuts and bolts and stuff, and you're just like, how am I supposed to function with all this gum in me?
Yeah. I feel that. I relate to Vision.
I hardcore relate to Wanda, especially when she gets pregnant at the end.
Me too, Wanda. I'm not pregnant. Okay. And then we go to commercial break.
Yeah, and my man's
like, the watch.
He's flexing his Apple Watch hard in that mirror.
And they were like, and then something about like, every man needs what to look good.
Every man's got his woman. And his wristwatch.
And I was like, yes, women are accessories. Very cool 1960s.
They do that again in the third episode, and it's...
The male writers are probably having just a field day with this show, because imagine all the casual sexism they can just write into this show. And just
like in the third episode, they're like...
It was the 50s, you know. Oh, yeah. No, I have that in my notes, too.
They're like, what if we made a dumbing it down joke?
And then the watch is from Hydra. So
yeah, because it says it in there, and it's like Hydra 100 HZ or something on there, and that's not important. The only thing in there important is Hydra, and they do a really clever advertisement in the third episode, because I didn't get it at first. I was like, what's so stupid about? What's so suspicious?
I only got it because I was looking for it.
I got it because I paused it.
Okay, obviously they're throwing some hints there in the commercials, so I'm gonna just pay real close attention, look at every detail, and see what it is. And then I was like, yeah. Okay, and then we have the magic show, and I just want to say, Wanda and the leotard. 10 out of 10.
I
How you doing?
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not doing. Why don't we move on?
Understand. Okay. Then we get to the magic show, and then a vision literally just starts flying in front of everybody, and I'm like, what? Why
And they're
is
like,
that happening?
no, it's a string. Bing. And he's like,
I
oh
know.
wow, wires.
And literally the whole audience, they just accept it. They're just like, yes, I just missed the giant rope and pulley the first 10 seconds that I watched.
They do that every single time, and I really like the last one or the second to last one because they're like, is that that's not how mirrors work? And like, shut up, Beverly. And because like perfectly mirrored what we were thinking. Like,
Yeah.
I know they threw that in there just because they knew that we were all going to be thinking about it.
Okay, and another thing I realized is that, on the cabinet that they make Wanda, well, at first they make Wanda disappear, but then they actually make Geraldine appear.
That's her name, Geraldine.
Yes. The Mind Stone is on the front of that cabinet. I don't know if you noticed that.
I did not notice that. That's
I'm
pretty cool.
assuming it was the Mind Stone because it was like a little gem-shaped thingy, and then there was like lines coming off of it. So, yeah.
That's cool.
If not, comment below. Was it the Mind Stone?
What do you think? Was it the Mind Stone or was it just a rock?
I can't do the face. You know what I'm talking about? It's for you, Liam and Dunny. Both of them love that face if they watch this.
Y'all remember what's his name? Lin-Manuel Miranda? Hang on, wait.
Okay. Why do I feel like that's the second Lin-Manuel Miranda impression we've done on this
I
podcast?
feel like we talk about him too much for a podcast that has nothing to do with him.
We love Lin. Well, he was technically in Star Wars. So.
I feel like we talked about him during Mando at one point.
Yeah, we definitely did.
Because we were talking about bullying celebrities.
No, we were talking about Tamura Morrison, who was the speaking voice of Moana's dad, and then Christopher Jackson was the singing voice. Christopher Jackson was in Hamilton. Well, honestly, Lin-Manuel Miranda worked on Moana too. Like he was.
Yeah, his disembodied voice is just in the movie. Like he's not attached to a character.
The wind
or anything.
in the sky when the sun gets high.
Exactly.
That's a pretty good impression.
Okay, give me your.
Okay.
No.
Anyways,
we're not moving on from this yet. I want your best Hurricane by Lin-Manuel Miranda impression.
It's not gonna be hard because I can't sing. So.
Whoa.
In the eye of a hurricane, there is quiet. Well, the live action, like the Disney Plus Hamill
Sure,
film.
because you complain about that a lot.
Just a moment. I don't know the words.
The yellow sky.
We were sick as she was holding me. I couldn't seem to die.
Wait for it.
Wait for me. I don't know any of the other words besides
Oh,
those.
that's a shame. We should recreate a musical on one of our podcast episodes.
Can we do? Oh. Never mind.
Okay. Let us know in the comments. Should we do or not?
Yes. Comment which musical we should recreate.
Do it.
I'm a
please.
really good singer, so Micah's really bad. He's never gotten the lead in a musical before. In the meantime, I've only been cast as leads and never ensemble.
Why is my face so red?
Because I just made you laugh. Because I'm hilarious.
I didn't even know I could turn this color. Whoa.
Okay, back to WandaVision.
Sorry, guys. We got a little distracted there.
WandaVision. Come on.
This is like the one time that she and I ever actually talked to each other. So
That's not true. We spammed
It's
each
not
other
true.
with cat emojis in the group chat like yesterday.
That's true, because she accidentally called somebody daddy, and I put a cat emoji because I was like, I can't say I blame you, cat emoji. And she was like, cat emoji.
Not my best moment. Okay, anyways.
My best
Oh,
moment.
okay. I said not my best moment.
No, I know what you said.
Oh, okay. Listen.
Listening.
This guy, I think it's Dottie's husband with the mustache, you know? He's been in another show. And I don't know what it is, but I swear I literally stalked his whole IMDb page and it's not any of the shows that are listed. It's driving me crazy. It has to be him. There's no other person that looks like that in
He,
Hollywood.
I know exactly what you mean because he just has a really weird sense of familiarity to him.
Yeah,
Every time
like
I
he's
look at him,
been
I'm
in
like, who
something.
is that? And I can't pin my finger on it.
And I can't. I checked his IMDb, and like I've never seen any of the other movies or shows that he's in. I feel like he was in The Office or something, or like he was like a dad, or like just briefly. Like it was just I don't know.
Briefly a dad.
It just that bothered me. Okay, and then I don't know. There's really nothing else that I really talked about in this episode. Because I'm already at the part where she gets pregnant at the very end. So,
Okay,
is there
so-
anything in between the magic show and her getting pregnant that you want to discuss?
Anything between the magic show. Okay, so to reiterate, Wanda in the leotard. Okay. Then, honestly, I found the whole magic act thing really entertaining. That was really fun to watch. Gummed up Vision is a very funny thing, and Paul Bettany, you can tell this man's having the time of his life. And I feel good that he's. I don't know. I'm happy for him in the fact that he doesn't have to put 13 pounds of red paint on his face for every single scene he's in. So like, go him for actually getting to wear his human skin
I
for
love
once.
him. I love him so much. Like, he's just a cool guy. I don't know. I've always really liked Vision. But I feel like he got a lot of hate around like Infinity War era. I don't know why.
It's because everyone was like, "Oh, he literally has the Mind Stone in his head. How come he couldn't stop it?" Or like, shut up, just watch the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get it. It's plot armor. That's why they won. We get it. We
So
don't care. Just watch
I
the movie.
kind of have to keep it. I had to keep it like on the down low. Like I was like, it's kind of cool, guys. But now everyone's hyping him up. People are simping for him.
He's hot.
And
He's a
He
good-looking
is.
dude.
yes.
No,
No,
maybe
him
not
is
when he's like.
him is Dryden Voss in Solo. That's
He
a
was
handsome
such a
man.
good villain. That was a very good movie for him to be in, and he fit perfectly into that world.
Yeah. So basically, I just really like Paul Bettany. I think he's a cool guy. I liked Vision a lot, and I'm just chilling now because we have a whole show about him, and he's finally getting the hype that he deserves.
I'm not gay, I promise.
It's okay.
I don't.
I was sipping over Wanda in a leotard, and I'm not gay, so we're all good.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else before the pregnancy?
What else? There was. Oh yeah, we got to talk about the super suspicious thing on the radio, and you're like, Wanda.
Oh yeah, the helicopter. Why did I miss that in my notes?
Yeah, helicopter was like, and I was like, whoa,
Well,
that
I
thing's
was
in color.
wondering, like, because it seemed like a very specific model. Is it like a helicopter that we've, like, seen before, even, like,
Okay,
momentarily?
it's not that it's a specific model, it's the thing on it. There's a logo on it. It's a little circle with a sword in the middle of it.
What is that?
Sword. SWORD.
Oh, no. Like, what's the logo? Do we not know?
Sword. SWORD.
What's sword?
Okay, so you remember Shield, right?
Yes.
Okay, so in the comics, there's Shield for planetary affairs, and then there's Sword for intergalactic affairs.
Oh.
So,
Did I miss that? Am I stupid for missing that?
okay,
Is
no,
that in
because I
any of
missed
the
it too.
movies?
Somebody had to explain this to me.
Okay.
Because I didn't get it either at first. Because he was like, I think that's the sword logo. Because I wasn't even looking for logos.
I was
He
gonna
just
say if
happened to
it's
catch
just
it.
if it's just the comics, then I don't feel bad for not knowing it. But if it was something that was like in the movies, I'm like,
Well, no, because according, and literally, I got this from one of my friends that lives down the freaking lot from me. Like, so I'm not saying I got this from like any sort of source or anything, but like the way, because like, do you remember in Captain Marvel whenever the Skrulls were like Nick Fury and Agent Hill, and then whenever at the end of the movie it shows that Nick Fury, he's like, time to go to work, and he's in space. He's on a freaking space station.
yeah,
That's at the end of Far From Home. Not Captain Marvel, Far From Home.
yeah.
Uh,
God, I completely forgot that Nick Fury was a Skrull the entire time in Far From Home.
yeah, he was a Skrull the entire time in Far From Home. And so,
Oh, poor Peter.
yeah, man really doesn't know what's happening, does he? But, yeah, so, they're in Nick Fury's big chilling on a spaceship in space, and according to my buddy here, that is supposed to be Sword, dealing
Okay,
with
yeah, that
planetary
makes sense.
affairs. And that's why Nick Fury's being imitated by Skrulls, because he's the head of Sword now.
Okay, yeah,
But,
because and then in the next episode, she's like asking about the necklace, and it's
yeah,
like,
and it's the Sword logo.
yeah. I was like, am I supposed to know that logo? Because I don't. But okay, that's cool.
Yeah, I think it's just something that comic fans would get, or anybody that has a basic general knowledge. I don't. The only comics I read are Spider-Man and Daredevil, so I don't care. But and
Yeah, read comics. I haven't read any comics. However, I've learned stuff about some Spider-Man comics, like what happens and stuff.
I've read the entirety of the Ultimate Spider-Man series that ran from 2000 to 2011, and those are really good, and honestly, in my opinion, I can understand how some people don't like them, but I personally like them. I feel like they fit the era that they were meant to be in, which, the Ultimate comic series was made to be a more modern setting of Marvel. And then I tried to read The Amazing Spider-Man, which has over 1,000 issues. I'm like 50 issues in. I'm only issue 52. I've been there since April of last year. But yeah.
Okay, then she gets pregnant.
Yeah, then
oh my god. Which is kind of concerning. Okay, it draws an ethical concern to me that, half of the theories are that Wanda's in control of this world herself, and the other half is saying that someone else, obviously they're saying who is doing this to you. So the other half are saying she's not in control at all. And some people are saying in between. But if she's not in control at all, and they just impregnated her, that just seems so messed up to me. First of all, it's probably messed up that if she's not in control at all, it's messed up in the first place that they're forcing her. What?
They're just sitting there watching all this happen. They're like, hey, watch what I'm gonna do to her now.
No, it's messed up in the first place that they would put her in this reality, and that's not real. You know what I'm talking about? It's messed up that they would put her there in the first place. It's literally, and I don't know if this would be all in her mind or if she was actually physically pregnant. But to impregnate her, that's so messed up.
I think she put herself there, and why I'm going to explain when we get further into the third episode, but I think she's in there herself.
I kind of think it's a mix of, I thought that she put it in her there herself, but then when he was like, who's doing this to you? That's why I'm kind of maybe she did, someone is I don't know, maybe someone's forcing her to create this reality herself, but she's in control of it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's valid. Because everything that seems to happen that goes weirdly, she seems to like have like a freak out, and then weird
Yeah.
stuff starts to happen.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, so you're clearly behind something here, but how much control do you have over it is the question.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I guess we're done here. We're gonna move on
Wait.
to the waiting.
Wait. The beekeeper who crawled out of the sewer.
Oh yeah, what?
What
What
the
is that?
I was so confused. I was literally like, I was asking some of my friends, I was like, who's the beekeeper? And they were like, we don't know who the beekeeper is. I'm like, what?
Why
And
does
then they
nobody
just-
know who the beekeeper is?
Ew, they didn't even address it in the next episode.
They don't even talk about it. He just climbed out of the sewer. There's bees everywhere, and all she goes is no, and they reverse. And
Yeah,
I was like,
that's
what?
it.
What is that?
I don't understand. I guess we'll understand later, but I'm just confused right now.
I'm hungry.
I had Chipotle today. It's so good.
Dude, I miss Chipotle. My freaking college town is a freaking small town, and the most we freaking have here is a McDonald's, a Taco Bell. What else do we have? We have 3 pizza places, 4 actually. We have a couple Mexican restaurants, and we have a Burger King. No, we don't. We don't have a Burger. No,
Ew.
We
Why
have-
would you want a Burger King?
I don't, but we don't have a Burger King. We have a Cane's, and we have a Subway.
We have 2 Chipotles.
Yeah, my hometown has a Chipotle, and I miss Chipotle, but I'm not gonna drive an hour and a half for a freaking burrito. As much as I want to, I'm not going to.
Okay, so let's move on to episode 3.
Sorry about that, guys. I'm just really hungry.
Okay, say what you will about the old theme song slapping, because it does. But the 70s theme song slaps harder.
Okay, okay, it bops, but I don't know if it slaps harder.
No, it does.
Let us know in the comments. Do you think the WandaVision 60s theme song or WandaVision 70s theme song slaps better? Slaps. Let us know in the comments, or I'm gonna slap you. Just kidding.
Yeah.
You're my precious viewer.
Yeah, no, we're just kidding.
Yeah, we're not gonna hurt you.
Okay, Vision looks like Jeffrey Dahmer in this episode.
That's who he looks like. Thank you. Oh my god. I spent the entire
Like the-
episode just looking at
the
his
Ross
hair.
Lynch Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yes. And freaking My Friend Dahmer, which is a good movie by the way, I recommend.
I've never
no.
seen it.
Anyways, no, I spent the entirety of that episode. I was like, God, he looks really familiar. Jeffrey Dahmer. Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yes.
Mr.
Yes.
Paul Bettany looks like Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yes. In that episode.
His hair did slap though. It's just me, and I think long-haired dudes are the coolest, and I want to be a long-haired dude, but my freaking hair is. I don't even know what it is.
Get a silk press. Is that what they're called?
I don't know.
I'm so sorry if that was the wrong term. I don't know
What the heck is a silk press? Hang on.
Google it.
I need to put a pause on this discussion because I don't know. Silk. What is a silk press?
Yes, okay, I was right.
That's too much to read. I just need a basic definition.
It's just straightening your hair.
I'm not going to straighten my hair.
Okay.
Actually,
Well, then
not true.
you can't complain about your hair then.
People have been telling me to straighten my hair for the longest time. Like I've been getting told to do that since I was like 14 years old. I'm like, I'll get around to it. I'm almost 19. Like I'll be 19 next month and I still haven't done it. But I'll do it one day. I'll do it one day.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just want long curly hair. Why would I have to straighten my hair for it to be long?
Well, then you could curl it after.
That's not.
Get
what
a
I
different
meant.
curl pattern.
It's not okay.
I don't know. Okay, anyways. So then the doctor comes in and he's like, we like to put things in terms of fruits so that it's simpler for women to understand them. And I'm like, it's her body. I think she knows what's going on.
Am- Not Amaya. God, Wanda's just like,
Did not appreciate that. I don't need to be patronized. Okay.
hey, Amaya. Fruit.
Mm-mm. Yeah. But then I was like, there's low-key like a fruit theme to this episode. Because like he's talking about that, and then Vision knocks over the fruit, and then Wanda's eating fruit later, and then I think
Geraldine's eating fruit.
Yeah, Geraldine's eating fruit.
There is a lot of fruit in the episode. What's up with
I don't know
that?
if that means anything or if it was just like a funny thing, but that was just something I noticed. And then there's a glitch. I forget what the glitch was. What was it?
It was when
when he was like, something's off.
Yeah, because Vision was talking about how he talked to the neighbors and something with Agnes and blah 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 blah, and something's wrong, and Wanda's just like reset, and he just goes from here to like,
I'm gonna need you to start over.
and she's like nope, and he just starts talking about something completely different, and we were just like, I thought my Wi-Fi crapped out on me. I was like, hello? But no, it's a part of the show.
And then I said, yeah, she's, you know, when you would like, well, I don't know if this was you because you're a guy and this is mostly girls that would do this.
Yes, I am a guy.
But
Good, well observed.
Did you ever play house when you were younger?
Whenever I had to play with girls, yes.
See? Did you ever be like, pause the game, and then you'd have to like restart and like make up a new backstory for your character or something?
No,
like,
if something happened,
and
we usually just kind of
pretend I'm a lawyer, and then you decide.
Oh,
to
yeah,
delete
yeah.
it, and you'd
It'd be like,
pause the
wait.
game, and actually pretend I'm a teacher. You know?
Mm-hmm.
That's what this was reminding me of. She's like, yo, I didn't like that. Pause the game. We're gonna make Vision say this instead. And then I was like, the girl, and you're not gonna get, I don't know if you're gonna get this, but I was like, the girl is just trying to shift to her desired reality. She's just trying to shift to her DR. Just let her be.
Oh, that's what DR stands for. I've been seeing people in comments on TikTok and be like, wow, I just want to get to my DR. And I'm like, doctor? No.
Desired reality.
Did you say I wouldn't get what shifting is?
Well, I didn't know how much you knew about it, because, like, it's kind of weird.
I mean, you guys talk about it all the time. I'm just like...
Yeah, well, I guess.
Like, no thanks. My dreams of me dying are good enough.
I just want to meet Tom Holland, bro.
Just get famous and meet him.
Well, how do you propose I do that, Micah? I wish you had a full name. It's funnier when you're trying to be aggressive with people to call people by their full name, like Alexander, or like Nicholas. You know.
Oh,
I
was like,
Amaya,
you know I have a full name, right?
Macaroni.
Yeah. Oh. Jar Jar Bonk. Bonk.
How am I supposed to get famous? Tell me.
Well, so.
Like Tom Holland level famous, not like 23K on TikTok famous, which isn't even famous.
Yeah, it's not. Anyways, let's see here. You could go and look for an agent. So that's a thing. You could and show them your talent. You could take headshots. You could take professional headshots.
What talent, Macaroni?
You dance on TikTok, right?
No.
Oh.
And dancing on TikTok is very different from dancing.
Anyways, or I don't know. What talents do you have? Can you play an instrument?
I can play the piano.
Can you sing?
No.
That's all right. The truth comes out because she said she could sing earlier.
It was sarcasm because I said you couldn't sing and you're the one who actually can because you got cast as the lead in Grease and I've only been ensemble. This is the truth. The truth comes out.
I knew she was being sarcastic. I just wanted her to go back on her word. But Yes, I did actually get cast in the lead as Grease. That was actually my senior year though in school. We got to the I don't if any of you have seen Grease. Most people have though. So
We
we
go
got to
together like Ram-a-lam-a-lam-a, ding-a-ding-a-dong. See,
exactly.
that's why I'm not famous.
Yeah, we got to Greased Lightning, the musical number, and that was the last practice we ever had before COVID shut us out of our schools. So yeah, we didn't actually get to do it, but I was cast, and that's what matters. Can you act?
Um, I don't know. I've never really had to act before because I've only been ensemble. So ensemble, you just stand there and sometimes you go like, ha ha, you know.
Yeah, ensemble. Couldn't be me.
Anyways,
Well, if you want to get Tom Holland level famous, I propose that you actually find some talent.
I'll just model. He's dated a model before.
You could.
Watch your mouth.
I was gonna be nice.
No.
I was gonna be
well,
nice.
maybe. I feel
'Cause
like they would look at me, and I don't know. I have long legs. It's a good model trait. But the rest of me, is just not desirable for modeling. It's really
that's
not.
so sad.
I'm not that skinny. My face isn't that unique or like it doesn't physically draw people in. It just yeah. I have professionally modeled. Fun fact.
Wow. My mom.
But that was
my
just
mom-
because they were they were using my grandma's farm to shoot the company, and they were like, "Hey, you want a model? We'll pay you." And I was like, "Sure."
Nice.
That was it.
When I was an infant, my mom was like, "Look, here's my baby. You could use him as a model." And they were like, "He's a very attractive baby." But no. And then she was like,
Damn.
"Okay, well, I'm glad you like him anyways." And then when I was in 8th grade, I heard one of these things on the radio, and he's like, "Would you want to be on Disney or Nickelodeon?" And I was like, "Yeah, I would."
Bro, I always wanted to do one of those, but I'm not talented.
Yeah, I did one, and sorry, I had an itch on my back. I did one in 8th grade, and I went up there and did something. I just put my name down and gave them like my phone number and stuff. And then I got a call back like 2 months later, and I went back and they made me reenact a scene from Austin and Ally, but I had to do it with the guy hosting the thing. And at the time I was in 8th grade, so I was probably like 5'7", 5'8". No, I was like 5'6". I don't know. I was in the 5-foot range, and the dude playing Allie's part is like 6'4". So, and I had to like do a thing, and I remember it to this day. And it's like, and he was like, "Why did you bring that in here?" And he was like, and I had to be like, "Because what's cooler than a life-size chocolate Austin?" Boom. But then there was like a whole thing, cause like, and then Allie was gonna like blow her top because she was the character with the stick up her butt, and then
Yeah.
and so he gets up in my face, and by in my face he just got like really close to me, and with this man being 6'4", I like was easily intimidated, so I like stepped back. I like got really frightened because I like got out of the moment. And he told me, he was like, "Yeah," he was like, I can see it that you're very easily intimidated, which isn't exactly a good actor quality, but at the same time, I would love to have you come back the next time we do this in December." And I was like, "Cool." And I didn't go back, but
Dang.
I think I forgot
I'm just
about
saying,
it, to be
okay.
honest with you. But
If anyone watching this has a connection to Tom Holland, please, I'm begging you. I'm not creepy. I just really like him a lot. I won't be weird. Like, I'll be a normal person. I'll treat him like a normal person because he's a person, you know? Please. Tom Holland, if you're watching this, at least DM me back.
You really want him to DM you back after what you said to him?
I unsent that and I said it's my birthday.
Why?
I wanted him to wish me happy birthday. But then he didn't, and it's not my birthday anymore, so what's the point?
So
I'm not wishing
literally-
him a happy birthday.
So what you did to this man is you DM'd him and you're like, hey, can you leave me? Can you leave me for the pretty blonde girl that I'll never get to be like because I don't have blonde hair? Or I don't even remember what you said because it was freaking long.
I said, can you please tell me that you don't love me and you would rather have a blonde, skinny girlfriend so that I can fully relate to Driver's License by Olivia Rodrigo? And he didn't respond, but you know what? I got almost 1 million likes on TikTok. I got like $40 off the creator fund, so give and take.
I saw that video and I was just like, oh, Amaya's DMing Tom Holland again. Like, scroll. And I came back to it because I actually heard the entirety of Driver's License and I was like, yo, this song kind of bops. And so I went back to it and I looked, I think I was trying to find something on your page. I don't remember what it was, but I saw it and the views on it were astronomical. And
I think it has like 800,000. It was a lot.
And so I tap on it and this thing said like 192K. I was like, excuse me.
Yeah.
Who is this? Who posted this video?
It's my second most liked video. My second most liked video is me asking Tom Holland to break up with me.
My first most liked video, since we were talking about Jeffrey Dahmer earlier, I think it's appropriate we talk about this now. My first most liked video on TikTok is me morphing into Jeffrey Dahmer with the text on the screen saying, when she tells you to eat her.
Okay, we should probably get back to WandaVision.
Well, I forgot we were talking about that.
Deviated very far. If you're still here, congratulations. We're getting back to the thing that you came here to listen about. Okay. Oh yeah, and then we get to the commercial. I don't really know. I don't think.
Yeah, they were like soap. You want to get away from your family?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Out? It was like escape to a world all your own.
Is the weight of your crippling depression too much for your shoulders to bear and eventually tossing you down to the ground? Well, here. Hydra soak.
Hydra soak.
Hydra soak. Hydra soak. Water.
And then I got confused because when she was going into labor, Vision left without changing into human form.
He did that in the last episode too, but he ended up being in human form whenever he went outside. So I guess my man...
whatever.
I mean, we have seen him just do it on a whim, but are you serious? My man... he running.
And then the doctor's name was Stan. I couldn't help but wonder if that was a tribute to Stan Lee or if it was just a coincidence. I
wonder.
Because he doesn't really make cameos anymore. R.I.P. Stan Lee.
Speaking of that reminds me, I also watched Black Panther yesterday for the first time in a couple months on Disney Plus, and the entire Marvel intro is just him, and like all the script stuff is T'Challa, and I was like that's really sweet.
Yeah.
And the Marvel Studios thing is purple, and I was like, that's amazing.
My phone just fell.
All right.
And we're good. Okay. And then she starts giving birth, and freaking stupid Geraldine is there. She won't leave. Who just does that? She literally just came in and inserted herself into their house.
That really annoyed me. I couldn't even figure out why. I was like, will you please just go away?
And then she starts giving birth, and then she starts helping her, and then she just lifts up her dress and just starts looking at her too. Oh, I think it's time to push.
It's
okay, that's what you're supposed to do. It's not weird, but just in theory, it seems weird.
What kind of man grows up and says that he wants to be a gynecologist?
Oh my god, that could go on for days. Although male gynecologists are important. It's important to have a diverse range of gynecologists. Because if you're going into a practice that intimate, people are gonna have specific preferences for their gynecologist. So someone might be more comfortable with a male gynecologist, but still a little weird that they wanted to be a gynecologist in the first place. Matthew Morrison.
Yeah.
But they were like, what would you do if you weren't an actor? He was like, and just without hesitation, with the interviewer dead in the eye, was like, gynecologist. I was like, what is wrong with you?
Literally, all I know about that man is the memes. And it's like, oops, you just got Matthew Morrison. And it's just like him it's the same pose every time.
Trigger warning, Matthew Morrison.
Yes, exactly. I was like, I don't even know who this man is.
So basically what he did was he started the coronavirus, and he was responsible for Donald Trump getting elected into office. And fun fact, every person that's ever been murdered has a direct link to Matthew Morrison. So basically it's his fault that everyone has died. That's just a short list of things.
I know a person that killed Samantha Mojang.
Who?
Samantha Mojang, the guy that made Minecraft's daughter.
You know the person who killed them?
Mm-hmm.
What?
They know who they are. I'm looking at you, Rich. I'm looking at you.
Okay. Anyways. And then the baby is born, and I just think it's always so funny to me in movies and TVs, because, they obviously can't use a baby that was just born. So the baby is always like a few months old, and they're like, here's your baby. And it's
It's this big,
huge.
fat, chunky baby. And I'm like, here you go, a newborn child. It's just, they
Just
give him to
fresh
him.
out the womb.
It's so heavy, it brings him to the dang floor. Like, that baby's at least 50 pounds. How did you push that thing out?
I also knew it was going to be twins because of how big she got. I wasn't surprised. I was like, she's huge.
I was
She's
surprised.
twins.
Because I saw that baby come out, and I was like, okay, why isn't her belly going back down?
Well, your belly doesn't go back down right away.
Amaya,
anyways.
I'm not a girl. I don't know how childbirth works.
I've never been pregnant. I don't know how childbirth works. I just have common sense.
Dude, it makes sense. Because,
Why?
Think about
Your
it.
organs are all still rearranged. You're still bloated and stretched out.
Think about it.
There's no
So,
reason why your stomach would just
if
deflate
your
right
belly-
away after giving
Your
birth.
belly's like this.
Mm-mm.
And you give birth. Everything inside the baby. And your belly, why would it just sit there?
It's not everything inside. Your organs literally get rearranged. Your uterus, stretches out, changes in shape. It's still all messed up and bloated and stretched out. It's factually, I'm right. Okay? I know
Listen.
that it doesn't deflate. So don't
I'm
argue
glad-
with me here.
I'm glad you explained that to me because I was questioning that the other day. I was like, how come women complain about pregnancy so much, about their bodies never being the same? Because I just don't.
Because
that's not even like a diss. That's not even like a diss. I'm not even trying to be rude. I'm just.
You push
stupid.
a whole baby out of a hole that's like this big.
Okay.
Not
just-
even. It's like this big.
Okay, that's not my fault. Get a C-section.
That's why your body's not the same.
Get a C-section. That's what my mom did. But she only did that because I almost died.
But then,
so-
you know what happens in a C-section? Take
No.
all your organs out, put all your organs in bowls, cut you open, take the baby out, take the organs out of the bowls, put them back in, and stitch you back up. Your body's still not the same after that.
Just don't have children then. God.
That's my goal. Unless Tom Holland wants kids, then I'll reconsider.
You said that. You said unless Tom Holland wants kids, and for some reason, the first sentence that came to my brain to say to that was, "Well, what if I want kids?"
And then they're all, Vision goes outside and the neighbors are talking. And Geraldine starts acting all weird. And I'm like, this is where it's going to start getting trippy.
Okay, yeah, this was a really good scene. I was really down with this. And before I go furthermore into that, my computer's on 9%, so please give me 15 seconds approximately.
Yes, I get to entertain you guys while he goes and gets the charger. I don't know what to say. Again, I'm serious about the Tom Holland thing. My TikTok is jarjar.bonk. You guys don't know. And my Instagram too. You can comment on my TikTok or you can try and message me on Instagram, but my messages are being weird. So you can just comment on one of my Instagram posts too. Just get me, please. I'm not weird. I'm 20 years old. I'm a physical therapy student and I work hard on my studies. Um, I just think we would get along really well. I think we would be, if anything, good friends.
What are you talking about?
Nothing. You'll find out when you edit.
Great. Now I got another hour-long recording to sit through.
Okay. Yeah, and then it starts getting trippy, and then she talks about Pietro, and I'm like,
Yeah, because of the lack of mention of Pietro, which is very undeserved, because like that's her twin brother.
yeah.
Like she would have mentioned him at least once. So I'm glad that we finally got that moment, because like you can see that there's still like she still has that in like obviously she still has that in
Yeah.
her, but it's nice to
And
see
it
it
was kind
displayed.
of, it almost, and I know I don't think she has, but it seemed like the way she discussed it is the way that people discuss people's deaths after they've like healed from the death, you know? Like it was like a fond memory, I guess. She was like, I
Yeah.
had a twin, his name was Pietro, you know, but I don't obviously think that she's recovered from his death. However, the way that she discussed him in this reality made it seem like she had.
Yeah, I get that. I thought you had more to say, which is why I was just sitting there, but
No.
yeah, okay. Um yeah. I get what you're saying. Like it was just nice to see that mentioned cuz and I was sitting there and like my first thought was like, "Oh yeah, she is a twin." Because of that lack of mention that I just forget that she had a sibling.
No, yeah, I forgot too, and I
Even
was
though
like,
I
oh yeah.
literally watched Avengers Age of Ultron yesterday. I watched my man there and get shot all in once yesterday, and I still managed to forget about him.
Did you see that TikTok? It was like the three strongest shields in the three strongest metals used as shields in the MCU. Number three was like the Asgardian shields. Number two, vibranium for Captain America. Number one, Hawkeye's shield made of quicksilver.
Please kill me. What's his
It
name?
was
Aaron
kind of
Taylor
funny, not
Johnson?
gonna lie. I forget who made that TikTok. I wish I could drop their username to give them credit, but that was not my joke. So, I'm sorry.
Meme stealer.
Sorry.
Anyways. But yeah, no, that was a really. I think this episode's trippy scene was very, very well done. Because, like, with the whole
Yeah.
thing, it's like, what's that on your necklace? And it's the. Might be the sword logo. Might be the sword logo. Hear me out. What did I say I'd come back to?
Your theory on her control,
Oh,
the
right.
amount of control she has.
No, we're not there yet. But, yeah, so
Oh.
there was that. And, like, the way that, like, Agnes and. What's his face? The guy that stuck a hedge trimmer through a cement brick wall. While they were talking, and Agnes was like, "Stop, zip it, shut up," and Homeboy was like, "I
I
really,
wanted to know what he was gonna. Well, I know he was gonna say we're not real, but I just wanted to hear.
I
him
wanted
say
to
it.
hear him say it, because I knew he was going to say it, but I wanted to hear him say it."
Yeah.
And then Agnes was like, zip it, don't."
It was kind of cool. Um, I noticed that when it started getting trippy, the laugh track stopped, and also at one point, and I can't remember when. It was either when things started to get trippy then, or when it switched to present day, when the um oh, what's that called? The aspect ratio of um the, the show.
Yeah, it
At
was
first, it was like
moving.
a small box, and then at one point it switched to full screen.
I,
So that was pretty cool. Did that
I
not
didn't
happen to
even.
you? Did you
I
not
mean,
notice that?
I guess I didn't, but I did notice whenever Vision came back inside after Agnes left, because she was like ta ta
Yeah.
and left, and Vision went inside and he was like, "Where's Geraldine?" And she was like, "Oh, you didn't hear?" She had to rush to go home, and the aspect ratio was changing.
Is that what it was changing?
I remember that instance specifically, unless that's
No.
not what you're talking about.
No. No, I just don't remember when it changed. I just remembered it used to, like, when it was the sitcom, it was like a tiny little box on my screen. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it didn't take up the whole width. And then at the very end, when all the police come up to Geraldine or whatever, it's like wide, like it fits the whole width of my screen, but like the length is still the same. So that's how I know I didn't like accidentally zoom in on my iPad or something. Um, the aspect ratio changed. I just don't remember when. I don't remember if it was when things started to get trippy or if it was when she was kicked out of the
I think it was when she
whatever.
was kicked out, because I remember Wanda was looking at freaking Tommy and Billy, and I remember it getting longer, and I was like,
Hmm.
yeah, no, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Um. And then my last note is just I'm so confused.
yeah. I was just sitting there, and I was like, what? So yeah, very confused is how I would describe this show so far.
I was gonna. Okay, I think a good thing to do for next time, because it's been taking us only like 30 minutes to talk about each episode. So next time we could also discuss people's theories about the show.
That's a good
Take up some
idea.
more time. So, guys, leave. This one's serious, okay? This one's not ironic. Leave some theories in the comments below, and we'll discuss them next week.
Yeah, if you guys have anything you think is going on, anything you want to have happen, anything.
Anything that we've missed because we're stupid.
Yes, we are stupid. If you guys watched our Mando sit through, we're not very intelligent. I thought it would be better when we were together. It's not. It's worse. So, yeah, and any of that, like genuinely, let us know.
Alright, well,
All right.
I guess
Oh,
this concludes our episode for today.
yeah, I guess so. So happy to be here. Happy to be back in action, talking about WandaVision again. And
WandaVision, WandaVision,
WandaVision,
WandaVision,
WandaVision, WandaVision.
WandaVision. That was really loud. I hope I didn't wake anyone up.
I hope you woke up everyone.
Thank
But
you.
you're welcome. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. We will see you guys next week for WandaVision episode 4, and I just had a thought. So you know the way I've been titling these episodes is like Sith Happens episode blank. Should I start the number count over because it's a different show, or should I just keep the numbers going?
Maybe keep the number. Oh,
Whoa, she's back.
sorry. I got a low battery notification from my iPad. Keep the number count going, but then be like I don't know if that would be too clunky of a title, like Sith Happens episode 10 or whatever. WandaVision episode 3.
I'll figure it out. I'll see what
Okay,
happens.
yeah.
But yeah,
Figure it out.
we got it.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah. As always,
All
guys.
right.
Thank
Yes.
you always
you.
for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching. If you made it this far, I love you.
Congratulations. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I feel really bad for you. Like, please go outside.
Touch some grass, please.
Especially you. Please touch some grass. You are. But yeah. As always, thank you guys for watching. And as always, part 2 always remember.
Sith happens.
Yes, ma'am. We'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye. How do I... Oh.